attractive black Christian women unmarried.
They're about to give us the tease as to why men don't approach women in the church.
I am out here wiping mounds of snow off of my car just so I can head to a speed dating event tonight that I paid $40 for to play icebreaker games with random men. What am I doing? This isn't even worth it. What is this all for?
So, you're out there in the cold, wiping snow off of your car, just to maybe meet a man? You paid $40 for speed dating games, and you already sound exhausted before you even get there. So many women say they're independent, but you can hear the loneliness in between the jokes.
Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it.
Y'all, there's a speed dating thing here tomorrow night for Christians. Should I go?
That "what am I doing" moment? That's real. Because deep down, women do want connection. The problem is, somewhere along the line, needing a man got turned into something shameful. So now we have women searching for love while pretending that they don't care if they ever find it.
I don't know.
The reason that, I sleep with so many guys is because it's the only time I can really feel validation from a man. I mean, my dad told me every single day until he died that I was a failure of a daughter.
This right here, that's not empowerment. That's pain dressed up as power. And a lot of men can see that energy coming from miles away. When you use men for validation, the good ones don't feel needed. They feel used. That's part of why they're walking away.
Next time you're dating again, wait on God's blessing. Wait on God to give you a way to that man. Of course, you're going to still be in a relationship with God, but it's different when you're married. He has to give away, single you to a man.
They are focused on Christ. They've been focused on Christ for years. They have been doing the things that people have been telling them to do for years, yet they're still single, have no candidates, have nobody looking in their direction. Let me tell you something. The church does not teach Christian women how to date. I think a large percentage of the women of God that actually do desire marriage could be married right now if they actually knew the practical steps according to dating. People are saying that it's not the church's job to teach us, but it is, because if we're not learning this from the body of Christ, we're going to learn it from the world. Tell us that we need to be single and wait. It doesn't make sense.
You hear the contradiction? Wait on God, be patient, focus on Christ. But people don't always teach how to connect, how to communicate, how to understand masculine peace. A lot of women confuse waiting on God with doing nothing. Faith without wisdom turns into frustration. Because church, most of the time, teaches purity, not partnership. It tells women why to wait, but not always how to build. So they wait years praying for a man who doesn't even know they exist, while men are learning how to protect their peace.
I absolutely adore women. I just do. I'm not what you would call a ladies' man.
No.
I'm not a real big skirt chaser.
A small-time skirt chaser?
There is a secret they tell you after the show.
That's wisdom in motion. You know why he says, just tell her she looks nice and move on? Because men are tired of being misread. Even a compliment can get twisted these days. That's why they keep it brief. Keep it safe. Peace over pressure.
What's the secret?
Just don't do it. Don't, you meet a lady, you express to her how wonderful she looks, or how you respond to the way she looks, or whatever it is, and then go on about the business.
Men are now at a point to where they're walking away and they don't mind being alone. Y'all have messed it up. Women, a lot of us have messed it up.
And that's the shift. They used to chase love. Now they protect their solitude. Half of the single men in America, according to Pew Research, are not even looking for a relationship. That's almost 24 million men who say, I'm good. Men didn't disappear. They just stopped auditioning for women who can't see their value. They realize peace of mind is worth more than a title, and loyalty means nothing if it comes with attitude.
The number one reason that men have given up on women and on love is solely because the gap between men and women is getting larger and larger. With women, there's the movement of, I don't need no man. And then with men, you have that movement of when women are a liability.
She's right. The gap is growing. One side screams, I don't need a man. The other whispers, women are a liability. You can't build a bridge with people who are busy proving that they don't need to cross it. Most men aren't asking for luxury. They're asking for peace, appreciation, and a soft place to land. And yet, those simple things sound impossible because everyone is competing instead of connecting.
So what are men asking for? They're asking for a little appreciation. They're asking to be loved for who they are, not what they can provide. They want to be seen. Now, is this unrealistic? Getting married. If they have resources and the woman decides she doesn't want to be married to him anymore, she could take half, even if she hasn't contributed to any of it. They don't feel it's worth the risk. Ladies, if you were a man today, would you date women today?
See, she understands. A man can build a life, pour everything into a marriage, and lose half of it in one courtroom afternoon. It's not bitterness. It's risk management. When men say it's not worth it, they're not exaggerating. They're protecting themselves. That's why you see fewer proposals, fewer commitments. It's not that men hate love. They just stop volunteering for heartbreaks on repeat. They'd rather be single than be blamed for everything while giving everything. So, when women ask, where are the men? Here's the truth. They didn't vanish. They evolved. They stopped chasing validation and started valuing peace. Half of them aren't looking because they've realized solitude hurts less than being unappreciated. Men need love too. They just got tired of begging for it. Because when a man has to fight for respect in his own relationship, he'll eventually stop fighting and start walking away. That's the danger of waiting too long to understand them. Because while you're still filtering out average guys, those same men are learning peace feels better than your approval. By the time you realize what you lost, he's grown silent and distant. So, no, needing a man doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But refusing to understand what men need, that's what's keeping so many women single. The truth is simple. Men don't ask for much. They just ask for it in a world that stopped listening. If you still believe you don't need a man, look around. Half the men already believed you, and they've moved on. She said it all. And that's a tough question, but here's a tougher one. If roles were reversed, would women date women today? Would they handle the tone, the expectation, the entitlements? Because sometimes we ask men to accept things that we ourselves wouldn't even be able to handle if they acted just like us. Men aren't asking for perfection. They're asking for peace. Because effort gets labeled as control and leadership gets mistaken as arrogance. So what do men do? They stop chasing what drains them. They stop proving their worth to people who can't even see it. And slowly, they step back. Not because they don't care, but because they're tired of caring alone. You see, in 2025, this is what's really happening. Men haven't given up on love. They've just realized that love without respect feels like self-sabotage. So they're not checking out of relationships. They're checking in with themselves.
I'm a little frustrated with God. I am now 24, very much a late bloomer. I've never experienced a relationship. Definitely have had the desires to. And I think as I've gotten older, as I've gotten more spiritually mature, there are 3 things that I have been wanting and looking for. Number 1, to be chosen. And when I say to be chosen, I mean romantically chosen. I've been the girl who, a guy will say he likes me, but because I'm not doing this, that, and the third, he go date my friend. I've been the girl who's out with the girls and all of us look good, but I somehow am not the girl that's getting the the looks, but then I get the, the sidebar, side wing, like sidekick, pity conversation. To be chosen. to be seen, not just for my body, because we know body is tea, not just for my beauty, but for me, the bubbly, loving, nurturing person. And then 3, to be loved. And it's just like, when is it going to be my turn?
What I noticed lately is that a lot of men rather stay single because they're tired of giving their everything and ending up with nothing. Do you guys agree with that?
It's been your girl Rene here. I'll see you guys in my next video.